Good morning to you guys here on YouTube. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, August 26, 2025. If you guys can't tell, we're going to start going back to doing YouTube recordings and TikTok recordings separate, so I'm not going to do the same video. I'm going to be doing a different format over on TikTok with a little bit of a quicker video, and then here will be a little bit longer as we typically do. So if you guys are over here and you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. If you are new and you like what we're doing here, we give awesome weather coverage as well as weather updates every single day, so make sure you guys hit that lovely, lovely bell notification as well as that sub button. I appreciate you guys as always here. We're going to talk about the tropics. We're going to talk about our global pattern, talk about what we've got future-wise here in the tropics as we are officially getting ready to enter September, which is typically crazy in terms of hurricane season, and then also going into October as well. We saw Helene last year. We saw Milton in October. Both massive, massive storms that did lots and lots of damage. Helene being the worst out of last year in terms of intensity and as well as the impacts. But right now, we're going to talk about that cool down. We're going to talk about what's going to be happening with the tropics. Not a lot of severe weather really talk about it all until we get closer to the month of September. So what you guys can see here on satellite imagery is a trough that's in place here, allowing for a very, very nice cool down across portions of the Ohio River Valley, the Northeast, the upper Midwest. We actually had some frost advisories over the last couple of days back up here into portions of northern Minnesota and North Dakota. We can see a pretty active subtropical jet stream moving across portions of Florida here, keeping thunderstorms at place. We may even have an East Coast low pop up here and then maybe form into a quick little brief subtropical low and then move off to the north as well. That's something typically we have to watch this time of the year when it comes to tropical systems. But right now, heavy rain is going to be the biggest story for Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, southern Missouri, and getting down here into southern Kansas, where we could see rainfall potential of up to 3 to 5 inches of rain, maybe even higher isolated spots as we get toward the end of the week here. So that jet stream will be very, very favorable for that as well here. Not a lot of hurricanes or anything to really worry about right now. Tropical storm Fernand is moving its way off to the northeast, well out into the Atlantic Ocean. Not going to be any impact from that system. And we'll go ahead and talk about what that's going to look like here in just a second. We'll go ahead and pull up the latest on Fernand here, and you can see not a lot of convection with Fernand here this morning, and the reason why that is there's just a lot of dry air, there's a lot of shear. You can actually see the low-level center and the mid-level center together here, allowing for Tropical Storm Fernand to basically stay a tropical storm. Even though there's not a lot of convection around this thing, it does still have a pretty tight circulation, a little bit of convection trying to refire off on the southern portions of the low there, but just not a very impressive looking storm overall. And like I said, the National Hurricane Center here going with just an advisory here for a couple more days, and then we'll see the system pretty much fall apart. Latest advisory from 11 o'clock this morning, putting minimum pressure at 1,007 millibars, maximum sustained winds at 40, and then here is that latest cone of uncertainty here. Like I said, really not uncertain on where this is going to go, pretty certain. Going to be moving out to sea here by Wednesday. This storm will pretty much non-exist. So we got about 24 to 36, 48 more hours of dealing with Tropical Storm Fernand, and then we'll be gone. And then if we're looking at the future here and what's going to be happening tropical-wise, there's not anything else to watch right now, but we are actually watching some things behind the scenes. The National Hurricane Center has not really mentioned yet the potential for maybe an East Coast low or two over the next couple of days here, and then we're going to be watching another couple of waves that are going to be coming off the coast of Africa. Now, where those are going to go, what's going to develop with those, we'll know more as we go into next week. Right now, a little bit of uncertainty on what's going to happen with that, where our ridging is going to set up, what's our steering mechanism going to be, all of that kind of stuff. And we can take a look here at our local GFS ensembles from this morning, and you can see one wave coming off here by the end of this week, and then another wave coming off as we go to the first week of September, and then possibly a couple little areas of disturbances that could be popping up in and around the Lesser Antilles and down toward the Caribbean. So really more certain on what's going to happen with these two lows. Outside of that, don't know quite yet what's going to happen with anything else. Maybe something developing down here toward the Yucatan. We always have to watch those. Down to the Caribbean, what we call the hurricane graveyard, where storms typically explode and rapidly intensify pretty quickly. And then, like I mentioned as well, seeing a couple of chances at a brief tropical depression or storm with a low off the East Coast as we go through the next couple of days. But I'm really going to be watching these two waves that are going to be coming off the coast here of Africa, because those may have longer-term impacts in terms of going into the future. So those are your latest GFS ensembles from this morning here. European ensembles also picking up on a weak disturbance off the East Coast here as well, going toward the next couple of days. Not much down here in the Yucatan as well, but the European model only goes out to the 5th right now, so it doesn't go as far as the GFS. But once again, seeing the signal for 2 or 3 waves here as we go towards the next couple of weeks. So something we're going to be watching. If we get anything down here towards the southern Atlantic here, the southwestern Atlantic, that's when we typically have to watch very closely, because this time of the year, shear typically starts the weekend. We'll start to see dry air go away, and then we'll see favorable conditions as we go into September and October. And then some models even taking another wave kind of out to sea here. So a lot of things to figure out. It's not time to panic. It's not time to freak out or anything like that. National Hurricane Center hasn't highlighted anything, but we will keep you guys updated in the loop of what's going to be happening with the tropics as we kind of go through that time period as we go into the active period of the year here. So if you're looking at the SPC map this morning, This is the first time I think I've ever seen, at least since January or February, where we've had no severe weather today, no severe weather Wednesday, no severe weather Thursday. This is a beautiful, beautiful week, guys. If you've got fall stuff to do, anything like gardening, any stuff like that to do, definitely get out and do it. This is a wonderful week in terms of seeing the no severe weather at play here. And as we go into September, that will change as we start to see our jet stream amplify more. We start to see more clashes of air masses. So definitely something you're not going to see a lot. Definitely enjoy this here. Not expecting too much of an issue. Some general thunderstorms out toward the west over there, but other than that, not going to be an issue here. And we'll talk about that global pattern here and what's going to happen. You guys can see there's our troughing that's in place over here, right here on the east side of the United States, allowing for a little bit of a buckle in our ridge here, giving us some monsoon rain here, some showers and some thunderstorms, maybe even some wind and some hail out there towards southern Arizona into western New Mexico there. But other than that, what these northwesterly flowing jet streams can sometimes do is they can bring in moisture, and you can get some flooding that can set up on that southwestern axis of that trough. So we're going to have to watch that very, very closely. And as we go into Wednesday and into Thursday here, you can see a little bit of a jet streak push, allowing for some type of heavy rainfall, maybe across the Central Plains here down towards the Gulf as well. We'll have to be watching that. But the northeast, the Ohio River Valley, the East Coast, we're going to be locked in on a cool pattern for much of the week here until things start to change as we get toward the first week of September. In reality, not much of a change. We may start to see a little bit of some ridging maybe return as we go towards the potential towards the September 1st period down here into the plains and the Four Corners. We start to see some troughing enter the picture towards next week. And then after that, things get a little bit more uncertain, but we could definitely see some severe weather return back here across the Midwest and the plains as we go toward the September 4th, 5th, and beyond time frame. Just a little bit more uncertain on what's going to happen with that. So not any significant severe weather or really anything too much to go on for here. We may even see another major cool down as we go toward the end of August here and going into the beginning of September. It's definitely possible as we see our jet stream amplify, and then, like I said, going toward the second week and beyond, a little bit more uncertain on what's going to be happening here. So I'll also show you guys this. This is our temperature anomalies right now. Look at these dark blues and these purples popping up. These are, 15 to 10 degrees below average here. So like I said, enjoy the fall weather here, because, we may warm back up again as we go into the month of September. It's definitely going to be possible. Keeping the Northwest Pacific very, very warm, keeping cooler temps stacked down here into the southeast. We may even see another big trough move through along the northeast, so we may even see some cooler than what we see temperatures now toward the end of the week as we go toward the northeast and the Great Lakes coming out of Canada there. So something we'll have to watch as well for you guys toward the end of the week there. The GFS model definitely picking up on that. In reality here, we may even start to see some colder air than that come down as we go towards the first week of September. So when you typically get that, you get warm air, cold air, you're going to get a severe weather setup sometime in there in the middle. So that's something we'll be watching as we go towards this next week. Other than that, another, plunge of cold air may be coming down here, and it looks to be that we're going to start to see those, on and off patterns, warm, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold, as we go into fall here. So make sure you guys are taking precautions as needed, as always, when it comes to just in general, the weather in terms of severe weather, or in terms of tropics, or in terms of what's going to be happening with our temperatures. So here's the latest on precip here. You're going to see a pretty active thunderstorm complex or two move through the Oklahoma, Kansas area as we go towards Thursday and Friday here, allowing for some heavy rain, maybe even some isolated significant floodings. That's something we'll have to watch for as we go toward the end of the week here, and that pattern really stays in place. We may officially see a cold front move through next week, a little bit more uncertain on what's going to happen with that because it's over 7 days out, but we'll be keeping you guys updated. May even see some severe weather return back down here into the plains as we see some snow potentially breaking out up into Canada. Yes, snow breaking out into Canada as we go towards the beginning of September. It's normal for them to see that as we get those colder air masses that typically come down there. One more thing I will show you guys as well before we wrap up this video is going to be those rainfall totals through the next 7 to 10 days. And like I said here, those heavier rainfall pockets are going to be anywhere from southern Kansas back through eastern Oklahoma through into Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. We could easily see 3 to 5 inches of rain for some higher spots here. Those yellow and those gold shaded colors you're seeing there, with maybe even some 5 to 8 inch totals out there. Everybody else will be seeing around 1 to 3 inches of rainfall if there's a chance for thunderstorms for you throughout the week here. I'm not expecting too much. Florida will have to watch for as well for that subtropical jet streaming, allowing for some flooding down there potentially with those thunderstorms we'll be seeing every day. But other than that, I'm not expecting too much of an issue in terms of anything else. So we'll keep you guys updated in the loop on that as well. I appreciate y'all for watching, and always, if you have not subscribed, do hit that sub button. I appreciate you as always, guys. Welcome to the new, or welcome here to the channel if you are new as always as well. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Be safe. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next one, guys.